Oh, God. Oh, God. I'm flying normal today. I may not know what to do. Hey, good morning, everybody. God bless you. It's Monday Madness. Yeah, it's Monday Madness. And it's, well, it's just crazy all over. It's nuts. It's fucking nuts, okay? Water wars, oil wars, you know, wars for all kinds of natural resources. All led by, well, Israel. And Donald Trump, okay? I mean, really, Donald. Pull your head out of fucking Bibi Netanyahu's arse, okay? We're waiting on Rev Radio for the breaks to kind of catch up, you know. They have promotions for different shows that are on Revolution Radio. If I were you, you know, I'd listen to Revolution.radio. freedomslips.net, I believe is, or is it .org? I'm not sure which one's up. But, oh yeah, things are hopping right along everywhere. So stand by, get ready, because it's a-coming. And the world is so full of fucking stupid shit, it's not unbelievable, okay? Let's start with the COVID vaccine, okay? The COVID lies, the COVID denials, the COVID deaths, you know, all of the myocarditis, pericarditis, Guillain-Barré syndrome, and all the 147 other goodies that came with the that excellent clot shot from the mRNA factory. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to get right into it. I don't know, is Rev Radio, are we on Rev Radio yet? Let's see, we got about 40 seconds. And I think that'll be about right. Yeah. Yeah, I tell you what, I'm crazy because I want to hang a bunch of fucking bastards, okay? Listen, the bankers really didn't start stealing money hand over fist until they weren't hung in the fucking streets, okay? The government didn't start stealing money until, well, people quit running the politicians out of town on a rail. I'm telling you, man, it is fucking horse shit what we got going on here. Welcome, Rev Radio. God bless you. Yeehaw! We're gonna get right into it here. So stand by. Hey, remember those COVID clot shots? Yeah, we knew then, and well, we still know today that mRNA vaccines are a depopulation method. Okay. Let's not lie to ourselves. Let's quit pretending that Dr. Fauci and the National Institutes of Health, Dr. Francis Collins, and Big Pharma is here to fucking help save your dumb ass. Oh my God, I don't even...
That want to mandate that this experimental vaccine be given. You seen any other vaccine that was put out for the public that skipped the animal test?
Never before, especially for children.
What I've read, they actually started the animal test, and because the animals were dying, they stopped the test. Folks, I think that's important to understand there, that what we're talking about is the American people are now the guinea pigs. This is the test program that's going on. They didn't do the human testing, and they stopped the animal test because the animals were dying, and then they turned it out for the public.
Really?
And we are now looking at businesses that want
Hang
to
the
mandate
motherfucking sons of bitches
that this experimental vaccine be given to people as a condition of their employment. And yet we have this death count that continues to rise and be totally...
Look, that's the truth, okay? They don't want to admit it. They don't want to say it. The sons of bitches that were in the government that let everybody down the scamdemic in 2021, those motherfuckers need to be strung up by their necks. I'm fucking not shy about it, okay? They're a bunch of murdering, psychopathic motherfuckers. So yeah. Meanwhile, Trump is ordering U.S. troops to seize Karj Island and to do a blockade. Donald Trump said you had over the weekend was a deadline, and Iran pretty much said fuck you. So yeah. The U.S. and Israel has threatened to target water desalination plants in Iran, the water supplies, water pumping and dams and other infrastructure in Iran, and also wipe out all of the power plants in Iran. Okay? And Iran said, well, yeah, sure, we can play whack-a-fucking-mole each other. But I think you have more to whack than we do. I think that's the kind of the census that is going on right now, around Iran, okay? Is that all the countries around Iran that kiss the ring of the United States, hence kiss the ring of Israel, okay? Mohammed bin Salman and a few other Arab nations are thinking about joining the effort to rein in Iran now. So they want to turn it into a real Islamic civil war, Shiite versus Shia, and they're not going to win in that battle. They're going to lose, okay? And an Islamic revolution that the United States restarted back in the 1970s, to fuck with Russia in Afghanistan, okay? That's the pathetic truth of the world that we live in, okay? Let's see what else we got going on with that region, okay? Israel has been taking a lot of incoming, even though they keep saying, well, Iran, we whacked a mole to everything. And, well, that's just not true, okay? I mean, that's just not true. So, Iran has said, okay, we can target refineries. We can target the desalination plants of these other nations. We can target anything and everything if they're going to join the war against us. Okay. So yeah, the IEA chief, the International Energy Association chief, warns that it may take 6 months for the oil to flow again through the Hormuz Straits. It's going to take a lot fucking longer, okay? It is estimated to be 5 years to repair the Qatar liquid natural gas facilities that were attacked the other day. Of course, there's a back and forth of who attacked it. Was it Israel or was it Iran? Okay, I mean, Israel is itself a false flag. Okay, so I don't, as I have said before, and I will maintain, we, the United States of America, should not touch the fucking shitbags in the Middle East. the Muslims and the Jews with a 10-foot cattle prod. Okay? I don't believe that either religion is compatible with the U.S. Constitution and the United States Bill of Rights and the freedoms that we have here. Neither side will, let's just say, will respect the individual freedoms of others. It doesn't matter if it's a fucking Jew. It doesn't matter if it's a fucking Muslim. The truth is, they're a bunch of fucking throwbacks to the Dark Ages in this world. And while they believe that they are the birthplace of civilization, they are the fucking destruction and the demonization of a civilization because they haven't grown past, well, anything. Okay? Yeah, so get ready. All right? It's not going to get better. It's always going to get worse because these sons of bitches are trying to institute tyranny everywhere in the world. Okay? You may not like it, and you may be even in denial of it, okay? But it is happening, and you're in a war, and you better understand you're in a war, okay? What else are we got going on here? God, we got so much going on over the weekend. Let's see. Putin reportedly offers to cut Iran intel sharing if the U.S. does the same with Ukraine. The U.S. will never do that. What Vladimir Putin is going to realize, okay, that if he does not stand firm with his military right now, right fucking now, if he does not stand up to America, we are looking at a dead dog's ass of nuclear war. Okay, I think we are on that way because of the game planning and all of the sliding opening of this Overton window of normality, where now world war is essentially, it's the norm. It's not just a question of time till they start fucking nuking each other. I'm just being honest. Russia has blinked. Russia has blinked for right now. Whether they have their eyes wide shut or not, I don't know. Okay? What I can tell you is that the two tankers that were heading towards Cuba have turned. Now, one of them is going more now towards Trinidad and Nigeria, and I'm not sure where the other one's going. But Russia blinked. Russia just destroyed its entire credibility with every ally that it might have. And that includes China, okay? As I said before, the United States right now has a blockade of oil and energy and food of the nation of Cuba. Okay? It's not a blockade of materials for war. It's not a blockade of bombs and bullets and everything. It's a blockade of beans and gas and fuel. This is how despotic, this is how militaristic that the United States has come to, okay? Where we are literally murdering children in Cuba by starving them to fucking death. Okay? Now, a lot of liberals and a lot of Christians will say, well, they're communists and we got to do it. And the conservatives too, right? No. You don't have to do it. It's a war of choice. It's no different than the fucking billions of dollars that we flushed down the toilet in Ukraine. The billions of dollars or $1 trillion plus we flucked down the fucking toilet in Afghanistan. Okay? Now it's going to be another $1 trillion flucked down the fucking toilet on Iran for a bunch of spying, ungrateful, sorry fucking bastards, okay? The United States is being destroyed as a country. Its treasury is being plundered. We are $39 trillion in debt. We don't have the money or the resources to have our foreign adventures in favor of the New World Order anymore. We just can't. In fact, the United States is going to be in this hot civil war not too fucking long, okay? The British are already in the early parts of their hot civil war, okay? The powers that should not be. The truth is that many people in the House of Lords in London, in Westminster, and the rest of the members of Parliament, the truth is they're no different than most of the American House of Representatives and the U.S. Senate. They have sold out, they've been bought out, they have been paid off, and they should be strung up by their fucking necks, okay? In 100 years, think about it, in 100 years, the British Empire has been essentially reduced to 35 Navy ships or so, okay? Has been reduced to, well, not jack shit in this world, okay? The British government has been completely eviscerated. The European governments are being completely eviscerated. And nobody gives a fuck. In America, they've already captured the federal government. These fucking New World Order specialist fucking bastards. That's why I say, you know, maybe we do need a fucking hot revolution in the United States of America and spill the blood of tyrants and patriots alike. So yeah, wake up, America, wake up. Trump has an AI Act, is trying to pass a repeal of the Section 230, expands liability and establishes centralized federal control over AI systems. You know what this is, don't you? This is the new censorship model. Okay? So they've decided that they're going to get rid of Section 230. And they're going to use the political litmus test against journalists or even podcasters and everybody else who pretty much tells the United States government where to get the fuck off today. Okay? So, yeah. Meanwhile, the coming robot revolution, it's coming. You ain't going to stop it. It's the same way with computers and what they did to office workers in America, okay? I mean, you're going to be fucking... It's going to be wholesale slaughter. once robots fucking get into the businesses and start working. Okay, I'm just saying. It's going to be wholesale slaughter. People aren't going to be able to work. They're going to be some of the highest skilled people on the fucking planet will not be able to get a job. And the people that will be able to get a job are the ones that can dig a ditch. The ones that do physical labor. Those are the ones that the elite will, what would you call that, employ. 122 basic income, universal income experiments, okay, have been done by now, okay? And what they found is that it doesn't work, okay? It doesn't work particularly in the mindset of people today and the culture that they live in. Evidently, if you give people a bunch of money, they just become a bunch of dumb fucking slugs. Instead of upgrading their life, upgrading their house, upgrading, what they think and everything else. That's not what people tend to do. And I think it's an absolute certainty. When you give people something, when you just give it to them, they have nothing invested. They don't have anything invested in all the monies that you're giving them. And so they, I'm not saying everybody, but there are entire sections of, well, let's just say big cities dwellers that are just parasites on society. And that's all they want. They want to hand out. They don't want to hand up anymore. They don't want to be better people. They don't want to be more educated. They just want their fucking money so they can lay at home and lay around on the internet, maybe. I don't know. Take your pick. There has to be a retooling of the psychology of the way kids are learning for universal basic income to have a positive effect. Otherwise, it's just a parasitic load of horse shit. What else we got going on here? Man. Legendary Midwest food icon spirals into a bankruptcy. Yeah, that's not going to be good, is it? No. Byron's Kitchen files for Chapter 11 protection. Brutal wave of restaurant closures and restructuring sweeping the food industry today. The Chicago-based chain, beloved since 1975, now marking 50 years of slinging hot dogs, officially sought bankruptcy on March 16th. The owner, Mike Payne, and the team behind Byron's Kitchen Incorporated are using the filing to restructure crushing financial obligations. You notice all these big tech companies that are really successful, do you know what they don't have? Debt. They don't have crushing debt. In fact, Warren Buffett, Facebook, Google, and the rest of them, they got a motherfucking war chest of billions, hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars to, because this is the key. You can't borrow and expect to profit in today's industries. You use your own money. You build your asset. And you're not in debt. You're not servicing hundreds of millions of dollars in debt. And we see this again and again and again through the corporate industry. Was it Cracker Barrel just recently spent $1 billion or something to remodel, was going to spend $1 billion to remodel stores and put a new look, fresh look, and nobody even asked for it. They just decided to do it. And what did they do? They lost their fucking ass. Won't surprise me if it too long you won't see Cracker Barrel going fucking bankrupted. I am just saying, okay? Wendy's store gearing to shut down of 300 to 350 U.S. locations. Pizza Slut, that's right, Pizza Hut, close 250 underperforming stores. Papa John's, PJ's, is targeting roughly 200 locations as part of a broader call of business of non-performing or not enough profit businesses. Okay. Restaurants that exist today may not exist in 5 years. In fact, everything may become a Carl's Jr. Yeah, I mean, we're headed towards idiocracy. Can't we have at least, Carl's Jr.? Yeah, I can't wait for all the side, Starbucks becomes pretty much a, place to get hand jobs. I guess that's pretty much what Starbucks is today anyway. Bless. God bless America. But remember, food, listen, I want to ask everybody, I want to tell you this. If you can, and you may never have done this before, but if you can, try to grow some of your own food this summer. Please, try. I'm not saying you have to put out a giant, massive garden. But what I'm trying to say is if you do some now, next year, not this year, but next year, when food prices have doubled again, that's right, you heard me, okay? I expect food prices to quadruple in the next 3 to 5 years, okay? So what costs $1 today will probably cost $4 in the fucking future. Expect beef to go to double digits and never look back. Okay, expect hamburger to be $7, $8 a fucking pound. I'm just saying the advance warning. Okay, so figure it out how you can grow some of your own food, and here's the other part: know what is edible and what is not edible. Okay, because there will be people that have all kinds of flower gardens and all kinds of stuff, and they will starve. They will not know that they can eat some of their flowers. Okay, daylilies are something that you can eat in an emergency. Okay. I'm just saying, and you can even eat hemp seeds. That's a viable source of protein. So just be aware, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Okay, I'm trying to tell you, look forward a year and think about where you might be if the food fucking prices continue to skyrocket. Okay. If the dollar continues to devalue and crash, I would tell you to think about all of that stuff before and extrapolate your position into the future and say, man, if the cost of electric goes up, if the cost of this goes up, if the cost of that goes up, how am I gonna fucking live with the standards of living that I have today? Yeah, most of it is energy. Get yourself some black pipe and make a box, paint it all black, and run your hot water through it. And make hot water from the sun instead of spending it in your water heater for your electric. Or, as I try to get people to do around here, put stuff out on a wash line outside. But I will say that people will have to choose their own way. And there's a lot of people that will never see what's coming. In the future. Where are we at here? America's new classified stealth drone. Yeah. Listen, one of the things that the U.S. military is not telling you, has been absolutely quiet about, is the hundreds of billions. I would use the term billions of dollars in damages that the Iranians have inflicted on the U.S. military itself. That I would caution everybody, to know and understand, tanker aircraft, one shot down out of the sky allegedly, or the U.S. military says, well, it was an accident and then it crashed. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I can't say. I wasn't there. If I was there, I would say. But it's hard to, it's hard to find the truth. But we do know that there has been multiple F-35s that were taken out on an airport runway. We know that at least 6, that's right, 6 tanker fueling aircraft were damaged on a Qatar airfield. Okay. We know that there's been damages. Now, the other part of this whole thing with Iran is Yemen. Okay. Is the Houthis. Will the Houthis open up a second front, so to speak, in the Red Sea? That has been a speculation for since the bombing started in Iran. Okay. Now understand that Israel has not limited its bombing to Iran. Israel has bombed Syria. Israel has bombed the Gaza Strip multiple times again. Israel has bombed Lebanon again and again and again. And also Israel is taking out bridges in Lebanon. So Hezbollah can't bring missiles from northern Lebanon down south to launch them at Israel. As I said before, there will never be peace in the Middle East. There will never be peace. And, these people are, these groups are caught in supremacist wars, okay? Jews think they're supreme over you. They believe that they're like Democrats of the Old South, and you are the black slave. You should understand how people really view you as an individual. You are nothing but chattel and cattle and something to walk across on for Jews and Muslims to get their ill-gotten rewards, whatever these might be, okay? I don't believe that either is compatible with the freedoms that we have here in the United States of America. As promised, Donald Trump is now deploying ICE to airports around the country. That's right. It's really bad. Okay, the Transportation Safety Administration, held hostage by Democrats, is now being kind of replaced, is being shunted to the side as Homeland Security and Border Patrol go in to assist the Transportation Safety Administration. Now, things are really running hot and heated at airports. People are literally waiting in line for 3 hours. Not just a dozen or 2 dozen people, but hundreds, if not thousands of people stuck in lines for 3 hours at the airports because of security and because of searching luggage and people and everything else, okay? So yeah, there it is. What else we got going down here? Chicago meltdown as taxes ramp up and the people say, oh, hell no. We cannot afford to pay that anymore. Jonathan Turley, lawyer, a Chicago native, says, I've watched my home city unravel under the policies of Brandon Mayor Johnson and the ultra-left city council. Just recently, or did you miss that crazy Beetlejuice mayor? I don't even remember her name. All I can remember is Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. No. The truth is, Chicago will never be, how should we say it, without getting in too much trouble, okay? Chicago cannot be fixed. Baltimore cannot be fixed. Washington, D.C. cannot be fixed. New York City cannot be fixed. Los Angeles, San Francisco, Atlanta, every major American city run by demo rats cannot be fixed. In all honesty, probably the most humane thing to do would be to nuke them till they glow. Okay? It's a sad fucking state of culture in America. Washington, D.C. and the beaches in Florida. Yeah, you better get ready because the shit's coming down. All you fucking parents out there that got little shitbags that run around like little unruly thugs are getting ready to get a fucking wake-up call. In Georgia, that's right, in Georgia, they have passed a state law that says the parents will be charged with the crimes that their kids are committing and as a minor. Yeah. Police along the Florida coast are cracking down, allegedly, on, well, spring breakers. I mean, I'm sorry, but I thought spring break was in April. I guess it's just like voting, you know. Voting is supposed to be like the first Tuesday in November, right? No. Voting runs for 30 days before and in some cases 30 days after the fucking election date. So I guess spring break is the same way now, huh? It's not just 2 weeks around, you know, around the Easter holidays, which is coming up next week, right? Which April Fool's Day will be Passover Friday. Is that how that's going to work, or something like that? Oh yeah, it's almost laughable with the calendar this year. What's going on with the Easter weekends and the Easter holidays? No, that's a Wednesday. Is April 1st is Lent, I guess, right? That's a Wednesday. But anyway, yeah, think about it. I mean, understand the world that you're in and everything that is going on, and look and understand that the deep state owns and operates the fucking federal government in the United States of America, with 88.5 out of 10 Americans say they want voter ID. You have the entire Democrat Party saying no. Okay? That's not a democracy. That's not Congressman voting for their constituents. That's the monopoly working to overthrow your constitutional republic. I'm okay if we bring back firing squads for these motherfuckers. It's okay with me. Because I know and understand that these politicians are essentially bought and sold. And they're trying to bring Fabianism to the United States of America. Most people don't know it. They don't understand it. They fail to see the pattern. The pattern of the monarchies and the corrupted governments of Europe, or the corrupted government of George Orwell's tampon strip, the UK. And people are every year, time and time again, we are told, no, that's not what we're doing, blah, blah, blah. But that's the fucking end result of it all, isn't it? No shit, okay? Chicago is fucked. Like every major city in America is fucked. And I don't use that term lightly. I mean, listen, it's like this. If you don't have a gun in a major city in America, get one. Get one, okay? Because I'll tell you right now, when you look at and you see the mobs of moron teenagers, that hundreds and hundreds of teenagers that are still running across the city after a curfew, and after they mob and rob whole stores. Look, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. People break into your house, shoot the motherfuckers, okay? I don't give a fuck how old they are. I'm not telling you to shoot through the door. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't shoot through the door. Because retarded kids today think it's a game, a ring the doorbell and go game or something, you know? And you really never know if it's the thug that's come to rob you or if it's just some little ignorant children playing, okay? But, yeah. Understand what is coming to the city near you. And I will use, I think it's one word, shitstorm, okay? Might be two words, but I will use the word shitstorm. So get ready. Get ready, okay? The Pentagon has adopted Planetaire AI to use as its core U.S. military system. Well, imagine that. You know, Israel uses Claude. So, yeah, I guess they're covering up all the bases. And always remember, always remember that these weapons are deployed against you. Not necessarily against your enemy. They're deployed by the monopoly, by the Republicans and Democrats against the American people so they can keep control. Okay? This whole revamping of Section 230, it is censorship in disguise. Okay? We already have systems that allow us to call stuff fiction and nonfiction and reference materials, okay? We really don't need to ban people and individuals. You just put it in fiction or nonfiction. You declare whether it's real or not real, and then you have a debate about it. That's what America is supposed to be about. So, yeah. Major trade group releases a framework for a tokenized gold. That's right, gold. Will gold come back as a currency? Oh, fuck no. Gold can never come back as a currency because those who have the gold have power. The banks and everybody else, they are not going to allow you to have any power in any monetary market anywhere because they have to control it all. That's what I would say. Okay. Joe Kent, quit, fired, whatever. I don't give a shit what you say. Talking about, says that Donald Trump, look through the Israel pile of shit that you're working with and understand that you're just a tool, that they're not, I don't expect it to work. I don't expect Joe Kent to get anything but lambasted and ridiculed by the mainstream lying and bullshit machine that is here to do what? ABC, NBC, CBS, and fake Fox News. They are corrupted beyond belief. And they're only here to manufacture your consent to be governed by a bunch of fucking corrupted, sorry-ass bastards. That's what the mainstream media, that's what their main job is, okay? Is to manufacture your compliance, your willingness to sell your soul to these fucking cocksuckers in our government. Yeah. I mean, let's be honest, the smart criminals get into politics and rise to the top. The dumb ones, well, they still fucking dumb, okay? More and more evidence is coming out that Ed Waltz. Why did I say Ed? I guess They removed my video. Yeah. Oh, God, that must have been from yesterday. Oh, man. Oh, that's today? Ah, well. They've added restrictions to my Facebook account. I guess that means I just won't do much on Facebook, okay? But the truth is, Tim Waltz is a fucking crooked scumbag piece of shit, all right? And that he knew what was going on and what was going down, okay? So, yeah. Here it is.
It is now absolutely clear that Governor Tim Waltz knew about and covered up the theft of billions of dollars of federal funds. That's a crime. When is he being arrested? It's a simple question. It is now absolutely clear that Governor Tim Waltz knew.
Tim Waltz knew. When is he going to be arrested? I don't know. I doubt he will ever be arrested. Okay? Because the criminals own and operate the system. Donald Trump has joined in with the crooks. Okay? I'll just say it. All right? He has become so brainwashed. He doesn't know the truth, or he doesn't want to see the truth. Okay? So, yeah. I mean, Donald Trump is no different than this retard. I call this guy just a plain old retard, okay? South Carolina judge is holding Patrick Alexander, age 33, for for forgery. He had been arrested for trespassing at a property in Chesterfield, South Carolina, according to police. After a night in jail, Alexander was brought before the judge, and he set bail at $250. Yeah, let me tell you what. Alexander said, "Cool, man." He pulled out a wad of cash and handed Davis, the judge, three $100 bills, and told the judge to keep the change, man. It's all right. Yeah, well, you don't pay $100 on one side and Chinese writing on the other. Not too good. His bond was increased by $6,000. He's sitting in jail now because, well, his money just wasn't good enough or wasn't real. I mean, come on, dude. What the hell's the matter with you? Yeah. So what do we got here? About 5 minutes to the break. Boy, this show is going slow. Maybe it's because I did not, the truth is, I did not partake in my wake and bake this morning. I didn't, whether it was time or whatever, I don't know. But I didn't partake in it. So I may not be, up to par. I may not be up here high enough yet. I don't know. Anyway, AI-generated ads are trickling into political campaigns. I mean, come on. I mean, why do you need AI? You can just put the governor of Virginia up there and let her lie. She will lie to the left. She will lie to the right. She will lie to the center. Because Abigail Spamberger is a CIA operative, to further the institutional intelligence tyranny that is in America. Okay. Anyway, so yeah. They were talking about U.S. Senate candidate James Talicro, Democrat down there in Texas, that says God's a binary. Okay, all right, yeah. Anyway, look, AI-generated ads are going to be everywhere. Okay, they're already everywhere. So wake up. Okay, just wake up, okay, is what I was trying to say. Let's see. Riverside County, California. Sheriff Chad Bianco seizes more than 500,000 ballots in the race. Bianco's investigation includes all the ballots cast in Riverside County in November, raises questions about how he would handle the election denialism movement if he is elected governor. The sheriff said his investigators are looking into allegations that the county's tally was falsely inflated, a claim that local election officials have refuted. The unusual probe drew a sharp rebuke from Attorney General Rob Bonetta. Okay, I don't know. P.O.S. Piece of shit. Let's just say it like that, all right? Got 2 or 3 minutes. I'm just trying to keep an eye on that break because I have a tendency to just blast on through, okay? Of course, if you're not aware, major investigations coming in California as James O'Keefe and company have been on the ground. Let's just say they have been on the ground registering people to vote and getting paid for it and told to lie about it, told to whatever, election laws clearly violated out in the open. Paying people to sign a ballot or to register, not to pay a third party person to go out and do it, but for, they pay that, and then evidently in California, that person pays the person they get the signature from. But anyway. They were told to make up names, to make up addresses, to commit felony fraud. Now, this is all on video, all out in the open. In fact, I guess there was even people offering drugs for people to sign a ballot or a ballot petition. So yeah, this is something that is going to explode. Okay, I don't believe that Democrats will have a chance. I guess is what I'm looking at it. I saw this the other day, another one of those little meme clips, and I was like, you have got to be fucking kidding me. And here you have this fucking ass wipe, Alan fucking Dershowitz, okay? Alan Dershowitz is claiming, that these girls that accused Jeffrey Epstein of rape, okay? That what they have done is anti-Semitism. Can you believe this Rothschild fucking piece of shit scumbag? I better watch because I'm in break, ain't I? Yeah. So we're in break, and I guess I'll play this. I'll play this little clip off of Revolution Radio. But check it out.
Farmer accused lots of people. All of them were Jewish. She said, quote, I have a hard time with Jewish people. All the Jewish people I met are pedophiles who run the world economy. She talks about the Rothschilds. She is a blatant anti-Semite and a liar. She said she didn't accuse me, but she said she saw me in Jeffrey Epstein's house before I ever met Jeffrey Epstein. She clearly provably lied about me. And so what we have, because she focused on a woman named Farmer.
Now here's the thing at this fucking cocksucker. Even before I met Jeffrey Epstein, who the motherfuck told this motherfucking Alan Dershowitz to go help Jeffrey Epstein? Evelyn Rothschild, the fucking richest bastard on the planet, okay? Alan Dershowitz can go pound fucking sand, okay? He is, he's just another lying sack of shit, all right? That claims anti-Semitism because motherfuckers call the sons of bitches out for what they are, okay? That's all I'm saying. That's the truth that nobody wants to say. So hey, if you expected to see me over on Facebook, you can forget it. Facebook banned me again. Well, imagine that, okay? Yeah. Listen, they don't want you to hear the truth. If they wanted you to hear the truth, they would. Okay, so while I'm gonna put this on real quick, and then if I get a chance, I am gonna, well.
Gather round, my friends, let me tell you a tale about a news network that'll never fail. no suits and ties, just good old folks pouring out the truth like a batch of homebrewed hopes. You turn on your screens, what do you see? NBC, ABC, CBS, lying to me like sipping on ethanol, burning my mind. Words twisted and turned, the truth hard to find. But here comes the shine from the deep brown hills. A taste of the truth gives me the chills. With every sip, every drop of that jar, Moonshine News Network takes you near and far.
That's on here.
Moonshine News Network bringing spirits to you, honest and clear like the truth should be too. Pour me a story, let the verses unwind. With Franklin County shine, the truth you will find.
Say their stories, sweetened with lies, dressed up in their fancy news channel ties. But we know the remedy is clear as day. Pour another glass, chase those worries away.
So raise up your glasses to the light of the moon, where the spirits are flowing and hope starts to bloom. We'll sit on the porch with our friends by our side, sharing the news that fills us with pride. Moonshine News Network bringing spirits to you, honest and clear like the truth should be too. Pour me a story, let the verses unwind. With Franklin County shine, the truth you will find.
Hi, good morning.
Where the moonlight reflects.
Let me stop this thing. All right, welcome back. It's time. It's time for that Revolution in the Morning show, the second hour. Hey, if you didn't know, because of today's show, I'm so upset. Well, I must have said something in that first hour. Facebook has further banned me from their platform. Oh, God. I'm so fucking hurt, okay? Fuck Facebook, okay? Anyway, yeah. We'll find out. I'll find out later what's going down there. But, you know, it's just the truth that they don't want you to know. Remember, Facebook is a brainwashing program. TikTok, YouTube, you know, all of these little places are, sound like a little kitten was out on the run there, out there in the little hallway. But yeah, man, I am telling you. I think it's fucking hilarious, okay? Because these motherfuckers can only control your mind if you let them. And they know that. And they want you to all be on the same page, in the same Borg hive mind of liberal idiocracy. Okay, let's get back into the show here, okay? Oh, God, man, what the fuck is wrong with the world? Freedom is being lost everywhere, okay? Everywhere. Freedom is under attack. In Iceland, that's right, in Iceland, where the nation is wholly retarded, okay? A father in Iceland has been stripped of his parental rights after speaking out against his 11-year-old son's autistic son's sex change. Okay? Alexandria Roca, a French national who lived in Iceland for 25 years, lost custody of the child to the child's mother in December after questioning the long-term impacts of puberty blockers and hormone therapies. Rocha says his child is confused and exposed to little beyond video games. He argued that his child's autism and the trauma of the marital separation led to the findings of mental and emotional instability. He believes that his child was pulled along this course, attracted by the attention of various advisors. Yeah, if a kid's unhappy, he must be he must be one of the 57 varieties of genderism that they think of today. Ah, God, what the fuck is wrong with people? Most psychologists today are, oh my God, they are fucking horrible fucking people, just in general, let alone the harms that they do to children. It's a sad state of affairs. And let's be honest. A mother who transitions their kid is mentally ill to fucking start with, okay? Nobody wants to say it, but damn it, I will, okay? It is fucking absolute nuts, okay? Just recently in Sweden, another story of a Christian family unable to regain custody of their daughters after the government declared them religious extremists. Yeah, hey, it's okay. Listen, if they were a Muslim and they were out there raping fucking young white girls as part of their religious dictated war of what do you call that? The infidada against the West. Not infidada, but you know what I mean. Really? What the fuck is wrong with people? And what's wrong with countries? It's because leaders of countries and others, individuals, and all the way down to parents, these motherfuckers think they're God. It's no different than Hollyweird. Let's be honest, Hollyweird, okay? That every fucking it seems, I'm not saying it is, but it seems that every fucking parent in Hollywood is transitioning their kid as if that kid is on a script that is being written, and then they put this kid on this path. It's a direct parallel to the fucking industry and the psychology and the things that they think and believe. These people that have great skills to pretend to be somebody else. If you think it's an accident, or you think it's just a happens chance, it's completely culturally bound together. This transsexualism is embedded into Hollyweird because, well, let's be honest, they transition themselves into other actors. And when they transition themselves into other actors, what happens? Every piece in their life, everything then is a Truman Show, and that includes your children, that you can rack and pack and stack, or you can You can train them to be any kind of idiot that you want them to be. It's a pathetic state of culture that we're locked into. And don't expect the intelligence services, don't expect the government, don't expect anybody to come to what should be a natural realization of the dysphoria that all of society is being driven into. And it's because chaos. What is it? It's because out of chaos, they bring the control. If you want to know why the major cities are literally being allowed to be fucking corrupted slums, why New York City is effectively a fucking shithole today, okay? Why Los Angeles? Why Atlanta, Georgia? Why Washington, D.C.? Why Philadelphia? Yeah, those of us from Pennsylvania, we don't call it Philadelphia. We call it Philadelphia. Because we know exactly what the fuck it is. It's a filthy shithole down there of liberalism. It's mind-numbing. It is. It's mind-numbing. And people expect these cities to do a turnaround. They can't do a turnaround. The only place the only positive place that these cities could go is literally into a grave and buried over. Because of the cultural destruction that has happened within the cities will eventually spread everywhere. I'm sorry, but it will. And what will happen? What will happen is people will have to defend themselves. Except liberals want you defenseless. Okay? So yeah. Anyway, it's sheer crazy. Well, in ode to 9/11, okay, to New York Port Authority cops seriously injured when a Air Canada flight hit a fire truck that was on the runway. The fire truck was responding to an emergency on the other side of the airport. And it ran right into the airplane, or the airplane ran right into it. Regardless, it ripped the whole front fucking 25, 30 feet off the fucking jet. The pilots are dead, I think. But it's literally this thing where a fire truck tears the nose off a jet, but a jet is supposed to bring down a steel reinforced tower in New York City. Not one, but two. Or, excuse me, not two, but three. Okay? Don't believe any of 9/11. What they're telling you is a complete false. It was a false flag against the American people, just as the USS Maine was when it happened. Okay? Understand that your government lies to you to take you to war. Your government has lied to you about Iran. Your government has lied to you about what's going on in the Gaza Strip and what Hamas is doing and everything that goes on in the Middle East. Your government has lied to you. Your government has lied to you about everything in Ukraine, where Euro-Nazis were used as cannon fodder by the CIA to overthrow Ukraine. I get in all kinds of trouble because I believe that that all the living presidents, now including Donald Trump, have committed high treason against these United States. Okay? Now, Donald Trump, I think he can change a course, but let's be honest. Pedo Joe, Joseph R. Biden, CIA puppet president. Barry Sorrento, a.k.a. Barack Obama, a CIA asset president. Georgie Bush played president while Dick Cheney and Donald Rumsfeld were the president, okay? Little George Bush, the retarded member of the Bush family, is a CIA asset. His whole family is. The first rapist, William Jefferson Clinton. The first rapist, William Jefferson Clinton, should have been in fucking prison then for the rest of his motherfucking life, okay? Herbert Walker George Bush. That's right, old Pappy Bush. Yeah, should have been hung years ago. So anyway, if you want to know who controls the United States of America, look at Langley. Look at the pentagram. Used to be a pentagon, but now it's just a hole of evil shit over there at the pentagram, okay? And understand that these groups and our politicians are owned and operated by the fucking banksters, okay? Now, everybody will say, no, we're not, but everybody knows that you are. And that every fucking member in Washington, D.C., every member of our government needs to be replaced. Even those that think they're doing their patriotic whatever duty. We now know that Ukraine was working on and funneling money back to the Joseph R. Biden presidential campaign. Well, imagine that. Not surprised here. I don't know about you, but not me. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Bump, ba-dum, No, that was the other one. There was a... Oh, yeah, that was the guy that Charlie Kirk's mentor, a cheerleading tycoon guy. He died. His family unplugged him from life support. Yeah, he fell playing pickleball. Sure. Okay. I'm just saying that's, I guess when you're 70-some, maybe playing pickleball is hazardous to your health. But evidently, they say he fell playing pickleball and was in a vegetative state for 2 weeks before they unplugged him. That sucks. Countdown begins. A former central bank advisor warns that food price shock could hit in the next 6 to 9 months. Nah, really? Look, those little bull calves, the little calves that are selling for 10 times what they used to sell for. There's a fucking reason, okay? I'm just trying to say that there is a reason. And a part of this is, I believe, is that these clowns have moved mRNA shots into the veterinary medicine side of the cattle and the farming industries. So they are essentially, they have, I think it's something that has not come out yet. Really. I really don't think anybody, that they're keeping it a secret. Just as the mRNA vaccines called and cut population. Let's be honest. More people died from the treatment of so-called COVID than the fucking COVID. Okay? Let's not lie to ourselves. Hospitals murdered fucking patients for $30,000 plus a pop, as long as they could intube them. They get their body weak. You suppress the respiratory system that's already weak, and then you put an intube in them. You're going to fucking murder the poor bastards. And that's what they did at hospital after hospital after hospital. They did it at the VA hospital, okay? When the shit hits the fan, there are going to be a lot of fucking people who will say, well, I was just doing my job. I was just going along with the doctor's orders, knowing that it fucking killed people. Now, right now, how fucking nursing and how the nursing industries, how nurses and doctors and others, after watching this fucking shit show from COVID, murder people. Because they were told to by a directive from the fucking medical system above. And if you didn't do it, you were fucking cut off and exercised and either committed or, condemned. And or condemned. So, yeah. Some big shit is happening, whether you know it or not. One of the reasons that they're talking about this food shock that's coming is here you go. Pay attention. Bubble and trouble. Okay? Remember, our world runs on huge bubbles. Bubbles in energy, bubbles in gold and silver and other commodities, and they pump them up and then they bust them. Well, let me tell you, it's unfortunate, but a large percentage of the fertilizers that are used in this world is bottled up. Is bottled up behind the Straits of Hormuz. Meanwhile, in just a happenstance, just accidents, the largest fertilizer factory in Australia just happened to have an electrical problem that's going to shut it down for 2 months. Right in the springtime in the northern hemisphere. Now it is fall and going into winter down in Australia, but listen, a lot of that stuff requires fertilizers to be put on in the fall, so they'll actually be ready and usable in the spring. So what I would tell you is to understand, okay? Understand, not just the fertilizer, that 10 to 20% that is comes out the Hormuz Strait, okay? That a glitch has shut down Australia's biggest maker of fertilizer for 2 months, okay? Yeah. Global supply crunch. Must be potassium for the vital fertilizer and explosives ingredient. Well, maybe that is. Oh, excuse me. It's ammonia. That's right. Australia's largest ammonia plant will be shut down for 2 months to repair a damage caused by a quote unquote power outage. The shutdown, the worst possible time for global fertilizer market, would be an understatement, the article says. Let's see. The world's traded ammonia flows through the Hormuz Strait, as do 43% of the urea shipments that SOH have vital gas supplies, causing fertilizer plants to shut down in India also. So, yeah. Adding insult to injury, the Yara's Pibera plant in Australia shut down, making 850 tons of ammonia a year. just to be aware. Now, listen, this is going to push the price of fertilizer up. Okay? Always remember that. Okay? Always remember, too, that that coca, not this, get yourself a high quality coca and take it, use it. Because it unleashes stem cells, your own stem cells. The coca flavonoids, I guess is what they call them. The things that give cocoa its flavor. It makes your stem cells go crazy. They just start coming out everywhere in your body and working to repair stuff. Why we don't use that, I don't know. But then again, you don't want to. Could you deplete them in their formation? I don't know. I don't know enough about it. I mean, I'm just asking really questions that maybe other people will say, I wonder. But, yeah. Let's see what else we got going on here. Bump. Oh, man, I am telling you. There is no shortage of stupidity in the world today. Trump HHS launches a probe. The House Human Services has launched a probe into 13 states over their abortion coverage mandates for insurances. Now, the federal government under Donald Trump has said, look, you do not and don't have to mandate an abortion on a policy. Well, first off, if you're a man, why would you have abortion written onto your policy to start with? Oh, that's right. That's right. You can have chicks with dicks today, but can they get pregnant? This is how fucking retarded our world has gotten, where people want to have insurance coverage for trannies, for transsexuals, for transsexual men that have posing as women to have vaginal swabs to see if they have vaginal cancer. I mean, seriously. What kind of fucking, how retarded has this world come? I mean, at what point are people with a half a brain are just going to have to congregate to themselves and say, I'm sorry, but you're not up to snuff. Yeah. Meanwhile, in an attempt by African scholars and African journalists to push back against the claim about low IQ Africa and why it's such a violent, thieving shithole. Because they have low IQs. Now the Africa and journalists and stuff, they tried to push back on that, but in the end, down in the middle, towards the end of the article, I mean, if you write a news article and you say, if you're defending all this, and then when you get down to the bottom, you put down the psychological facts about people that have low IQs. Where the people that have low IQs are violent. They strike out. They have thieves. They have no self-control. They have no discipline. Because they ain't smart enough to. It's like a little fucking kid. You say, don't put your hand on that stove. You'll burn yourself. Don't put your hand in that stove. You'll burn yourself. And a couple of days later, you hear, ah! Just hope the kid doesn't stick, some metal stuff in an outlet or something, okay? They may not live from that. But Jesus. Then nobody wants to know the truth. McDonald's in Singapore tests humanoid robots on the front line. That's right, coming to a restaurant near you. Robots are going to be the ticket. In fact, I would suspect that menus will become digital, and that you will literally order yourself unless you ask for somebody to come over. I mean, I don't know any business that can survive, really survive on the minimum wages that are being projected in some states today, and that is being projected for here in Virginia. It literally is a deindustrialization. It's the destruction of small businesses across all the communities here in Virginia because of the raises of the minimum wage. And just as in California, they have made substantial raises in the minimum wages, and maybe in Alexandria, maybe in the big city, maybe in Washington, D.C. market, maybe in the Northeast, the high dollar markets, that businesses can compete, but not down south in this, not in these areas. Just people are not going to be able to compete, period. J.P. Pitzker in Illinois criticizes AIPAC, pro-Israeli group, spending heavily in Illinois' primaries. The truth is AIPAC should register as a foreign entity and a foreign voice of Israel. In fact, I would go as far as to say if you carry a dual citizenship with the United States and Israel, you should decide who you want to be with. Because I don't believe that we should have dual citizenship for Israelis and Muslims, because for the simple fact of their Democrat Confederate superiority complex, okay? That's exactly what the truth is that nobody wants to hear, okay? So, yeah, there you go. What else we got going on here? Man, I guess I'm going to have to go to, we'll find out some update news, right? New York City congestion toll linked to rising subway ridership. Now, it's now $9, I guess, to take your car down into Manhattan and down into other places. $9 a pop, and for congestion. Of course, if you didn't know, they raised the price of riding on the subway. They raised the price of everything. Now, in all honesty, I mean, they give 1.2 billion rides a year in New York City on the subway. That's a lot. I have to hand it to them, but they raised the prices, congestion pricing and stuff, and oh man, all that gives me indigestion. Now they did raise it to $9, which theoretically should net them around $2.9 billion in revenue. However, there's a problem. The long-term debt is $17 billion and climbing. Listen, just as I talked about companies that go into debt and companies that hold a big wad of cash. This is the same way for cities, because they're managed to be so poor that they literally have to borrow every nickel, dime, and dollar that they want for extra programs. And what has happened is this has led to this, it's a parasite effect, okay? Where companies and many CEOs believe that they keep their company like this, and the high debt load for tax purposes. Well, that's the killer. You know, when you have a high debt load, you die. You fucking get whittled away and die from debt. I don't know why businesses don't grasp that idea yet. So, yeah. Blackstone's flagship private credit fund has its worst year ever, and it posted its first monthly loss ever. Remember, the destruction of your money is tied to the efforts to destroy bad debt and to keep the liquidity in the central banking system and keep it operational at your expense. You will be bailed in, whether you know it or not yet. Okay, the bank will take your money when they absolutely need it. Okay, it is unfortunate, but it is just truth of this world that nobody wants to say. Okay. Let's see. Oil plunges, stock spike as Trump postpones military strikes on Iran after quote-unquote productive talks. But move reserves reserves after Tehran denies contact. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Listen, Iran can't. The only thing Iran has is mountains and a lot of people. Otherwise than that, their military, just like all militaries in the Middle East, except for Israel's, are third world militaries. I don't give a fuck if they buy American weapons or not. The culture, the culture of the Muslims' culture. Period. End of story. Okay? The culture of Arabs in the Middle East creates them to be a bunch of weak-minded people that are afraid to actually teach their fellow man their job or what they're doing because they're afraid he'll take it. Okay? It's not like here in the United States where we believe everybody is smarter. It lifts all boats. Okay? In the Middle East, they believe that if you're smarter than that other person, then you have effectively overthrown and you control and own that person. It is, it's a reason why the cultures in the Middle East will always fail. The only thing they really have is mass violence by Islam. And of course, mass money manipulation by the Rothschild banking syndicate. So, yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Trump approval at 34%. Who cares? Who cares? I mean, I'm just saying, who cares? Let's see. Arson hits ambulances of Jewish volunteer service in London. It's called London Stand. Okay? Get it right. Understand what you have done. Understand that London itself is a lost city. It might as well be Calcutta or some other fucking shithole in the world. All right? Period. End of story. It's not even... yeah. Anyway, it's not even crazy. Okay? Iran denies direct talks after U.S. holds off energy strikes. Trump backed down, they say. Listen, I think Trump really wants to move on and invade Cuba. Russia has already capitulated on Cuba. That is clearly evidenced by the two oil tankers, oil tanker and a gas tanker with diesel fuel, literally on it turning away from Cuba. Okay? So, yeah. Anyway, expect a lot of, well, crazy to come down the pike. Okay? Iran phones Russia immediately on the heels of Trump's announcement of U.S. and Iran talks. Now, Moscow is moving to position itself as a broker of the deal. It won't matter. I'm sorry, it won't matter. Russia has proved itself to be, I hate to use the word cowardly. I really don't want to use that word, but this is what Russia has proven to be. When Russia did not put together a couple Navy ships and escorted those tankers to Cuba, right there, that was more than enough proof for me, okay, for me, to show that Russia is writing off Cuba. And a lot of it is because it's a second, third, fourth, fifth front against Russia. That's all I'm saying. And now Russia could have really stood by its guns, so to speak, but it didn't. That will come at a severe price for Russia. Just as Russia failed to act during the early days of the Ukraine war and invasion by the West, Russia is now committing another abandonment of those that are their allies. Okay? I don't know what was said behind the scenes, but it could have been said that if Russia escorts those ships with naval forces, that will be that we will sink them. We will not allow them to get to Cuba. The truth is, somewhere along the line, the Russia is going to have to stand up and whack back. When that does, that's when the media machine will demonize Russia and blame it all on Russia, just as Israel has blamed everything on everybody else but the fucking Jewish state itself. Okay? Just as Democrats and Republicans in Washington, D.C. pitch the blame back and forth like it's a hot potato. Nobody gets their fingers burnt. Nobody pays. Except we, the taxpayer. We, the people of America, get short-handed. Okay? Musk plans to appeal. A jury finds him liable to Twitter shareholders. What an absolute joke. Okay? A federal jury on March 20th found Musk liable for misleading Twitter shareholders by driving down the social media platform's price months before acquiring it for $44 billion. So you're saying Musk made Twitter less valuable. It wasn't the fact that Twitter had become a standard bearer of U.S. government censorship. Okay? I don't know. I think I think they will appeal it. I think he'll lose. Just because, well, because he's Trump. He's attached to Trump. John Fetterman came out and said, I know who the leader of the Democrat Party is today. Oh, yeah, this isn't going to go off well, okay? John Fetterman says the absolute leader of the Democrat Party is TDS. It is Trump derangement syndrome. It's not a person, it's a broken psychology. Yeah, surprise, surprise, surprise. Not me. Yeah, 500,000 balsa wood trees illegally logged in the Amazon rainforest every year to feed the global wind turbine demand. Yes, the annual loss of balsa trees in virgin rainforests is unnecessary. Ecological rape traceable back to ideologies driving a hard left net zero fantasy. Hey, look, these motherfuckers would literally strip the planet to make a battery, to make a windmill, to make a solar panel. They would literally destroy everything they say they're trying to protect. So yeah. Iran launched a $1 trillion rial the other day. That's right. That thing is going to become a collector's item in the West, I'm sure. Even though it might still only be worth 50 cents at $1 trillion. Anyway, Bessett says 50 days of higher prices for 50 years of no Iran nukes. What a fool. What a fucking fool. Yeah, listen, these justifications that Trump and his team are using, I get it. I understand. Excuses are like assholes, and you guys got like you've got like assholes under your armpits. You got that many orifices coming out your fucking body, okay? And the lies are spilling out everywhere. Everybody in the world knows this had not a fucking thing to do with anything but Israel. And Israel literally controlling Donald Trump as if he's just some fool, okay? I guess that's the best description of what is actually, going down here, Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. The IEA warns of Iran war energy crisis worse than the 1970s. Ukraine fallout still going on. Yeah, Ukraine is slowly being eaten away by Russians. The truth is, somewhere along the line, somebody's going to get tired and push a button, and then we'll see where it goes from where. Okay. Now, European nations, Slovakia is going into gas rationing. Okay. So understand that this oil crisis that is happening, it's real. Okay. And that there are nations around this world that have already suspended selling gas to civilians, or telling that you can only buy so much a day. 200 liters, I think, per a commercial business in Slovakia. 30 liters a day. Gas rationing. So yeah. So anyway, water in the desert. That's a big bargaining chip, isn't it? It certainly is. The other thing that all those plants need is electricity. So if you wipe out the power plants, you literally, wipe out the ability to pump water to places and to, desalinate water. Last week's Iran's foreign minister said the U.S. striking a desalination plant on Qasem Island off the coast cut off water supply to 30 villages. 24 hours later, an Iranian drone caused a similar damage to a Bahrainian desalination plant. Okay. Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates are the most water-scarce source countries in the world. They rely on desalination to meet their combined populations, which exceed 62 million peoples. The Gulf has no permanent rivers. Okay. They lack rivers. They have seasonal waterways called wadis, which carry water during rare rainfalls. Yeah, it's kind of like a flood in the southwest United States, and man, I'm telling you. But anyway, on average, per capita share, natural fresh water is only 120 cubic meters per year. Therefore, Gulf countries rely heavily on these desalination plants. Now, there's no water under the ground, I guess. There's no springs or anything like that. Just oil and gas and whatever, which I kind of find strange, but that's me. Anyway, 61% of Qatar depend on the desalination plants. Bahrain 59%, Kuwait 47%, UAE 41%. As you can see, literally, these are life and death discussions that are going on in the Middle East when it comes to water. Okay, and yes, I do agree, Fred. Trump is an accessory to murder. It's not something that I likely say, because the truth is, Obama and Biden, it seems like every American president has been an accessory to murder, an accessory to this destruction of not just the Middle East, but the destruction of Europe and the destruction of the United States of Americas. And, when it comes to stuff like the CIA, listen, the CIA should be fucking smashed to smithereens and sent across the world. Okay? In fact, I believe that the former leaders, James Comey from the FBI, John O. Brennan from the CIA, and James Clapper, I believe that they should be fucking hung in a public execution. So these fucking motherfucking sons of bitches that conspired against Trump will know and understand that they are not going to get away with stealing our constitutional republic. So yeah. Yeah, lots of bad news, lots of good stuff going down. The retarded moron in New York City, the governor, or excuse me, yeah, well, that's enough said, but I should be talking about the mayor of New York, Ma'am Dammy's tax fantasy is already failing somewhere else. Listen, socialism doesn't work. It's dead. And whether you try it here or whether you try it there, it doesn't matter how you try it. It's fucking dead. Now I want every piece of shit Democrat around. I want you to go give 50% of your fucking money to somebody else. I am not. You're gonna want it from me, you're gonna have to figure out a legal way to tax me out of it. But I'll be danged. I'll be damned if I'm going to support this fucking shit government that we have. With my hard-earned monies. Or, well, I mean, I paid for this shit a long time ago. But, yeah. Anyway. Be well. And remember that you do change the day. Oh, God, we're not even over yet. What am I doing? So where was this? Oh, this was Massachusetts. That's right. That crapper north of New York, Massachusetts. They've already tried all of this Fabianism that Mandami is trying in New York. They've tried it and it failed, okay? From 2017 to 23, it's only been $4 billion or a little more in the hole, okay? Flowing out of Massachusetts, okay? Net outflow of adjusted gross incomes. So, yeah. Remember, these guys are fucking stupid. I mean, really. It's an unfortunate truth that we live with today. There's the break. We'll be back, Rev Radio. See you tomorrow. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Trump assassination files. For Tuesday, and for some reason, you know, no Facebook. They moved my stream this morning. Gee, I wonder why. Maybe because I talk about all of these kindler, gentler motherfuckers that are killing and murdering fucking people, and the motherfuckers let them right out of prison. Right back out on the streets. I'm sorry. I'm like, I believe in an executioner coming for fucking, you know. Hey, if we're gonna be Islamic, we might as well do, you know, you know, arm for an arm, knife for a knife, life for a life, right? I mean, really. So anyway, get ready. Because fucking shit is coming down, man. It is crazy. So they removed my video. The video may contain something that could encourage violence or lead to risk or harm. Yeah. Anyway. On Facebook. I ain't worried about them anyway. They throttle and regulate me pretty much. Keep me in a little box. I don't worry about it. So take care, everybody. And remember that you do change the world today and every day. And that you make a difference. They'll tell you that you don't. They'll tell you that you have no hope. That you can't do this and that and blah, blah, blah. And it's a sad, sad state of affairs. That's what I'll say. Take care, everybody. God bless. Good day. And good luck.